Okay, projects, open, textures, texture basics. Yes. Here is another cube. Now textures. Textures are images that we can paint onto our 3D models. Pick layer. We have one layer called triangles. Now you see here we have texture paint and no images. Click on the first image, pops up a menu. I can click add. We have one image called 3D Model Builder. I can click on that and it will appear on the layer and up here. Now you'll see that the image is mapped vertically as we look down on it. The image has a width, and this is mapped to the red axis or the x-axis. The image height is currently mapped to the green axis or the y-axis. Now say I wanted this image to be on the front here. That would be the vertical axis. So I can say pick layer. I can click on the texture and say map the height of the image to the z-axis. I could even make it upside down by saying map the height to the negative z-axis. So what if we wanted it on this face here? This is the y-axis. So the width we want to map to the y-axis. Map the width to the y-axis. And the height, let's make it z so it's not upside down anymore. Okay. So that's how we can orientate our painted images onto our models. Now you'll notice the other side here, it's going back to front. If I pick layer and say the width is negative y, then it will be going the other way. But again, the other side is different. So say we wanted 3D to be correct on both sides. So what we need to do there is we need to make two different layers or two different groups of triangles that have the image associated with it. So pick triangle this one and say move that to a new layer and we'll call this the other side. Now if we pick layer, so pick layer, we can see that triangles has the 3D image, but this one here called other side has got no images on it. So if I pick and add an image, we add the 3D image, but by default it is mapped to X and Y as if it was sitting on top. So let's change the X, the width to be going along the Y-axis and change the height to be going up and down in the Z-axis. Okay. So now we have two layers, one that is triangles and it takes up all this area here including this, and the other one is called other side. Now you might wish to pick these other triangles and make new layers of those, and then pick the layer and add the image to it, and then maybe change the orientation. Oops. turn that off. What I want to do here is I want to map the height to the X, and I want to map the width to negative Y. Okay. So now put 3D on each face by creating new layers.